What's going on, guys? It's Paper, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm still going to be talking about the Crucible because that's what I enjoy, but I'm going to be changing up my format because I know a lot of you guys just want to learn how to be better. And to me, that means having good knowledge of game mechanics and then going into decision making. So what I'm going to do is first talk about one subject in depth and go into decision making. So the first subject we're going to be tackling is Titans. This opening clip is just to show you that you can take out any kind of Titan straight up inside of their bubble, even if they have their overshields on. If you have a medium to high impact shotgun and follow it up with a melee. However, that's only theory. That's not going to always be the case. Some Titans can have slightly higher shields. Your shotgun shot may be slightly off. They may have their blessings light or armor. They may get their melee off and regen health. So when you're looking to get past those things, you need to go a little bit riskier and try things like this timing where you miss the bubble shield, put them down a shot, and effectively put yourself in an advantage. The only thing you can reliably do when you're crossing the barrier of the bubble shield is melee. So what you're doing there is trying to take advantage of that and getting yourself up one shot. Now I'm going to show you another combo that works really well. This is the sticky grenade to melee combo. You can also do sticky grenade to shotgun, and it will kill a Titan inside of a bubble. And you don't always need a super to do these, but you still have to understand that they are high risk in the sense that you're looking to trade. If you come up ahead, then that's just a bonus. And luckily I do have my super here, which lets me take a whole fusion grenade as well as a sniper shot. And now I'm going to go out and do the combo that I originally set out to do. In the next clip, we are going to use a damage over time grenade. It is fantastic for a couple of reasons. For one, it does a lot of damage, and two, there really isn't much room to maneuver inside of the bubble. Now that being said, even though I'm showing myself killing a bunch of Titans, there's a lot of things that Titans can do not to fall for any of this. They can just simply leave the bubble if they have blinding in there. But the thing is, I see a lot of Titans that don't know how to actually use their bubbles, and I'm sure a lot of people notice that staying inside of your bubble sometimes is one of the worst things to do. And I wanted to show you guys here that all grenades are not equal. The firebolt grenades, like the arc grenades, they just don't do too much damage, so it's not the best way to kill a Titan inside of their bubble. And choice of weapons, you may want to think better than this guy, but using a sniper inside of the bubble is actually pretty good as well for the same reasons that the damage over time, the crowd control grenades are good, because there's just no room inside of the bubble. Now here's a guy trying to do the first tip that we talked about. It doesn't quite work out for him. I'm able to melee right through the shield when he misses and shoot him in the ass. And that's one of the things I find. If you're going to take on a Titan in the bubble, you have to go in all the way. The blinding isn't actually too big a deal, because by the time you get in there, you just kind of whip your combo out. You don't have to see it. He's likely going to be right in front of you. If you're going to Nova Bomb a Titan inside of his bubble, you have to remember to follow up with a shotgun shot, because usually the Titan bubble will take most of the Nova Bomb hit. Alright, let's get into some decision making. So you're going to see me do one of the worst things when you're trying to decide what to do, and that's do it late. Speed counts for a lot, and making your decision, you just do not have all the time in the world. You're going to see me melee here like a day later in game time. It was super late. I was face bombing as soon as I did it. But luckily I had a grenade, and this is the first thing I want to show you, is this recovery. I urge everybody that plays Crucible to have high discipline. You should be getting a grenade every 30 seconds. If you're somebody that dies a lot, just get some armor that gives you grenades, because they're going to save your ass all the time. And unlike when you're trying to take a Titan out of his bubble, the best grenades for this move are the firebolt grenades, the arc grenade that the Hunter has. Those are amazing to turn around scenarios like that. But all the other grenades have the potential to do it as well. Just be aware of the mechanics of the grenade that you're going to be using. Alright, so in this scenario, it's good to know that I don't hear any blinking and I don't hear any arc blades behind me. And most hunters will only activate that super, the invisibility on their super either at the beginning of it or at the end. And luckily enough, I caught him at the end, so that was a reassuring thought for me. And from there on, I could go back to playing the game. And there's a couple of things that stick out to me in this clip, and I'm going to break them down for you. If you've forgotten the difference on how the radar works when you're higher or lower than them, this is going to help illustrate that point. So keep your eye on the radar. You're going to see that it's going to be solid throughout, even though you're going to notice that he's higher than me. So the difference between him being higher than me is about what you'd notice if a Guardian was standing on your shoulders. It's almost twice the height of your character. So to me, that was actually pretty interesting. The second part of this clip is interesting to me because it shows one of those times where you have to make a decision that's high risk. And this is something that a lot of players need to identify. When you are down and you need to make a big play, you do it not because you want to. Trust me, I'm aware of how high risk this is. The thing is that you need to. And the next clip is going to kind of emphasize these points of the small moments that really keep a streak going. And a lot of that has to do with managing risk. Alright, so in this clip, I am looking at the power position on the map. It overlooks B and it's one of the best points on the map. Instead of going for it these days, what I do is actually take the position you saw me start at, and it's actually the counter to this position. Anyways, here's where you're going to see some mechanics with the melee. I'm going to go over that more specifically in another episode. But the part that I want to replay is this shotgun shot. If you see it in real time, I do not actually have time to aim this. But I look at my health and I'm down in that time, in that instant really, because that's how fast you have to make this decision to take a blind shotgun shot and follow it up with a melee. And these are the kind of decisions, again, that are going to keep you alive. It's weighing risks. Again, I don't do these moves because I want to, it's because I have to. What play you decide to make is going to be based on how much health you have. The lower your health, the bigger shot that you have to take, the higher the risks you're going to need to take, and the faster you're going to need to do it. It just comes to all that. The lower you are, the more fantastic your play has to be. It doesn't matter how unrealistic it is to you that you're going to be able to do it. The fact is that you need to do it anyway, so start learning how to. I notice sometimes there's just players that have the wrong weapon out. It's like, no, you needed your special there. However unlikely it is that you're going to make the shot. Here I'm gonna have, we're gonna move on for that, but here we have a golden gun guy. And to me, actually, supers is really hard to rate because it's really based on who's wielding them. These days, I'm actually really confident taking on golden gun guys. Like, he couldn't get around that corner when I'm aiming a shotgun. It's just not doable. You're gonna trade with him. Anyways, this goes back again to risk management. I see this frag grenade thrown. I could have turned back, but I decided that it was worth it, that I had enough damage on him. I saw this axiom bolt. I'm like, I'm gonna run because it can technically target either of us or just happen to hit me if I run into it. Now this next little thing is about aiming down the sights. Like in video game time, this is super long. As soon as I got out of there, I looked instantly at my radar so I can see what kind of changes happen on the battlefield, because those changes happen super fast. People are super fast in this game. Here I see this guy sniping. This little duck, you know what? It could have made all the difference. And like I said, however unlikely it seems like it's going to help, every little thing does. Sometimes you're going to notice people are aiming at your head, a little duck at the last second, you're strafing. It's all these little things that make you a little bit harder to kill, the bunny hops, and just solid decision making. So that's what I'm going to try to do in all these episodes. I'm going to cover one thing in depth and then move on to some decision making. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'm Paper, cut to you with Planet Destiny, and I'll see you guys next time.